Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21 Career Mode, episode 63. It's Tour de Romandie, and we have a punchy stage right now. In fact, I need to maybe up our tempo a little bit so Igashin does not face the drop. He's the one I need to watch out for. Stellionis was dropped over the previous climbs. This is 5 Category 2 climbs plus 1 Category 1. I'm not worried about this one, but definitely worried about the next one. One rider remains from the breakaway. There's KOM points involved available, but I'm not too worried about those. Igashin was not riding solo. Oh, Stellionis was protecting him. Okay, no wonder he's solo now. He will make it over the top for this one, though, without getting dropped. Peloton's down slightly under 100 riders at this point. And he gets through. Kikovchi just hanging on. He's protecting Karaman. Burlikov -1, not great, but Isakov's +3, Karaman's +1 is good. Karaman has finally hit stride. He's in good form and has good fitness after his massive injury that he started his time with our team. Pluto got dropped on that one, huh? Okay. Go ahead and leave him be. It's a fairly sizable group, too. 96 riders. Sprint point, there's some seconds. I'm not worried about that. Alright, a Cat 1, and I've got 5 riders, and we can climb. And it's only 24k to go. So we're actually not that far from the finish. 7k to the top with an 11%. Is this a scenario I want? We have Igashin and his punchiness. I think I'd rather... Puncher's not going to do anything. Just protect Burlikov. And let's keep these 3 guys going for a little bit. Let the others handle it. Bring the size of the field down. And then we'll see where we're at halfway up. I mean, I'd like to see a much smaller group than 97 still in it. But you're seeing a lot of tempo right now. And already a couple riders have been dropped.
Uh-oh, the pack is quick in the pace.
This will save me a little bit. Igashin, yeah, look how fast he's going. Red bar gone, yellow bar just hanging on. Down to 88. The crazy 88s.
The pace seems much too high for many riders.
Okay, Kikovji out the back. Igashin is about to be out the back. And we're going to be down to 3 guys. And they're in good position. But it's also too far out to really do anything with this. Cat 1, 12 points. I don't think that's significant. Burlikov would be the one to go. And then Karaman follow and Isakov follow. And let's just go claim some points. Isakov may or may not go over the top here in 3rd. Not a big deal if he doesn't. Yeah, there's a lot of points that's already been swallowed up in this thing. But we're down to 39.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Okay, everybody relax. Back up to 41 as a couple guys link back up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Where do they think they're going? 12k to go. And they're trying to fly. Sivikov, are you chasing or are you attacking? No, he's chasing. No Ineos rider up there. Let's make sure he actually does chase. Yes, he does. Okay, another rider.
King has fallen.
There wasn't an attack. There was no reason for this to just split off. Alright, let's get Isakov. Go ahead and relay. Make this thing back up. It's being rather silly right now. Okay, it's all back together, but it's about to split off again. Okay, gel up now. Gel up in a moment.
The finish line is getting close. The
Last
riders
one.
just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Okay, I don't want to drop any of these guys, so let's go ahead and switch this up. Isakov, I'm not thinking about winning the stage. I just want these 3 guys all on the same time. It'd be nice if we dropped somebody, but I know that's not going to actually happen. Okay, 1.6k, Karaman. Start your sprint. Isakov's going to get dropped. Berlikov attacking for the finish. Told you I was not thinking about the stage. Not well suited to win this thing.
That win. It was very well deserved.
Adria takes the win. Alright, cool. Good for him. Bagacher, Vingegaard is who he beat to the line.
The race is
And
run,
I
but
got
the
all
horse
3
is
guys
bringing up the
in
rear.
a group
Continue
of
across the line.
39
It's a bit of a knock
at
for
the finish
morale.
line. That's going to be good for spreading the times out a bit. We had a short time trial already. Berlikov was well placed. This is going to really thin that field out in terms of contenders, and you'll see where those time gaps are left over from the time trial. One mountain stage to come, and then another time trial at the end. Alright, so I've got all 3 in the top 20 within a half minute. Isakov, a little further down, Karaman at 18 seconds. Berlikov, who had a great time trial, it's just 11 seconds off pace, in 7th now. It did thin the top end of the field out a little bit, but we were at 9th, so we actually only moved up 2 spots. So not too many guys were dropped there, but in terms of the order, it was our group of, was that 39 plus 2 guys off the back, and then the chasers at 2+ minutes down. So that definitely spreads the field out a bit. Penultimate stage, and this is a climbing one. Done my first dossier. Berlikov wants to come back. We're already at 100% interest, so that's good. Martin Guerrero, not so much, but not too costly to go after him. And then I've got a few targets in mind otherwise. I don't want to reveal them just yet, so we'll save that for a later date. But just the update on those 2 at this point. So that's Berlikov, affordable in terms of points and 100% interest, and Martin Guerrero, affordable on points, but not so much interest. But we've already got him initiated, and we've got a good chance of bringing him back. Now, today we had a sizable breakaway. It's down to 3 riders. One of them is literally 4 bike lengths off the front. The other 2, they still have near 4 minutes. So there's some catching to do. Now it's down to just the 1 rider. In fact, they have opened it up a fair bit. Stalionis not even feeling it right now, which means none of the teams are actually working very hard. So let's change that. Stalionis, what's it going to take to get you actually out front affecting things? Go ahead and use your gel. UAE, the only one even putting a rider near the front, and he is not driving the pace very hard. He is finally being joined by another, but again, that gap has opened by at least a minute halfway up this climb. Now we have the big climb to go, and I don't want to make this crazy hard right now. I mean, I'm happy to wait for the final climb to make things happen, but I don't want to let those 2 get too terribly far out front. Just by committing, even though we're not actually doing anything, got those UAE riders to go a little bit harder. They knew they weren't alone, even though they still kind of technically were, but that's how the AI works in this game. And now we see the Peloton split. Now we see a lot of support riders getting left behind. I was hoping Igashin would make it and still be around, but it looks like he is going to just miss as we go over the top. He does. He just misses. He is literally the last rider out. All of those guys are still in contention, except him. So 82, chasing 2. Gap's already come back down a little bit, and they're split up, so it's not so bad. Not worried about the 1 second that's available. This is the decisive climb that's going to make up this race. Now we're halfway down. We're on the flat, and then we're going to ease off again. Karaman, Kikovchi, Isakov, recovering. Berlikov, let him ride solo. He'll recover again on the remainder of the descent. Let these guys get back to full strength. Ineos, UAE, both seem interested in what's to come. as we set ourselves up for the final climb. Burlikov now at 100%, Karaman 100%, and then Kikovchi looks like he might make it.
Now is the time to dig deep.
Final two riders beginning. That's why that notice just came. Kikovchi just hits 100%. Isakov not quite going to get there. He's on a -3 today. Let's go ahead and set this thing up. So Isakov, even though he's in that top 3 grouping with that -3, we're not counting on him. We're now looking at 2 guys, and of course ultimately just 1.
I think I saw a few riders on the
Okay,
ground.
let's also be a little pragmatic here. Ready for some sort of acceleration potentially when it comes. Karaman, why are you hanging back so far? You're blinking red on 81 and going back. Okay, go a little harder. 82. Group is thinning out already, just at the base of the climb. Last rider, 2 minutes, just like that. That came down awfully fast. Okay, Burlikov is blinking red, but he's not actually going backwards. Same with Karaman. Kikovchi struggling to keep his position at the moment. Isakov, red bar gone. Yellow is coming down pretty quick. He just does not have a ton of stamina today. I'm definitely thinking late in the stage. I don't want to pressure the group. I want to be around. EF decided to take over. Is that Shockman? .78. Pace not so bad. In fact, that lead rider, he's still hanging on to a minute. So right now, EF is not making this that difficult, and that's okay with me.
The pack is slowly whittling away
because
the
we
lead.
are slowly
Some
getting
team
weaker,
managers
so
mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a
and
breakaway,
just now we're
given that
starting
the
to get
pack
into
has
that
increased
next
its
phase.
speed.
Peloton down to 67. Iskov Gel 12.5K to go, but here is where it's gonna really get tough. Overall 19K, 8.5%, but it's just gonna get steeper and steeper and steeper. Kikovchi Gel. Iskov, go ahead and set you to auto. A lot of riders near the back starting to struggle. It's starting to thin out at the front, which means EF. Are they accelerating? Or the group is just getting that weak?
There's now just 10 kilometers left.
Down to 55. Kikovchi beginning his fade. And Karaman, go ahead and protect your leader proper. Arkea comes to the front. Okay. Pedrero from Movistar. Yeah, another Arkea rider coming to the front. Kikovchi has not been dropped yet, but he's about to. See a handful of riders, including a few Movistar guys. Oh,
Swift
of
acceleration
course.
by Mikel Landa.
I swear. I just check out the back for 50 meters to set Kikovchi to auto. I just take a glance at the back. 50 meters. That's it. And we see Carthy, Carapaz, Landa, Caruso attacking. Okay, Karaman. Take care of it. Chase it down. Those guys are going full-blown attack. That's going to take so much out of them. Karaman. It's 8 kilometers. I mean, this is a long ways to go for that kind of movement. In fact, Karaman, I'd like to back off a little bit. Let those guys stay. They're not attacking anymore, but that's going to wear them out. Just about made contact. $6.5K. Carthy now leaving the other two behind. And his Landa drops, and that's why Arkea was pushing. His Landa drops, that was... That's why Arkea rode at the front to support Landa. Need to get back in contact. Okay, anybody else want to relay with me? Down to 11. Follow Carthy's attack.
5 kilometers remaining.
Down to 6. That's why this was the time for this to go. Okay, he sits up. 4.5K to go. It's Carapaz, it's Pogacar, it's Roglic. Nobody wants to work with me, huh? Gap's at a minute. So we'll just back off. Take it as easy as we can, because I really can't afford to... I mean, it's the gaps behind are very nice. And I'm going to be in trouble with these guys, as nobody wants to work with me. Some of them are struggling. At least the 2 behind me are. 2.5K to go. I would attack, but I don't have that kind of energy. I don't even have an attack option. So leaving them behind isn't going to work out. 2K to go. I still have enough for the finish. And I'm somehow opening the gap behind me. I'm not sacking shoulders anymore, where the others still are. Solo. Response. Follow. Okay. Alright, I dropped 2 riders that way, and now they want to contribute. Carapaz, Pogacar, Carthy, and I. 800 meters. 700 meters. I got left behind, but we're riding for 4th. 400 meters. Let's catch back up. Catch back up. Get back up there. Oh, that's a strong comeback. It's going to be for 2nd, maybe? Can we beat Carthy? Pogacar takes the stage. Oh, this is so close. So close. Burlikov gets just nipped Carthy to the line for 2nd. Carapaz 4th. That's good. That is good. It was certainly good, but we had a long, long ways to go on that climb. I mean, look how far back Karaman is. And he was still around pretty dang late in this thing. Dumoulin, Roglic, Kamna, Adria there again now. 8th. Foss, Uman, Landa. That's going to be 18th, 19th for Karaman. Vingegaard just beats him to the line. 19th. Time gaps even amongst the 4 at the top were given. No surprise. It's Mountaintop finish, and a lot of time can pass between a couple bike lengths. So Pogacar leads. We're half minute behind. Carapaz 10 seconds further back. Carthy just another 5 seconds further back. But then it's a pretty sizable split to Roglic. Dumoulin, same time. Dumoulin's going to be a real threat with that time trial coming up. Pogacar, of course, as well. Roglic certainly isn't bad in that department, so it's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy, but coming at 2.5, I don't think that's going to be much of a threat to us. Karaman is 16th, and it's the final stage. It's only 14.5K. Individual time trial. It's punchy, and I've sorted things out. For one thing, there's only about a 2.5 minute spread from the front of the field to the very back. Stalionis, Pluto, both really struggled. I got things wrong initially and figured it out in a relatively quick amount of time. But 2.5 minute spread front to back, which means, you know, at most you would think a rider's going to lose a minute, minute and a half. But that can definitely affect some places. Okay. Kukovci, Isakov have already gone, have already finished. And for those 2, as Karaman's on a -2, I've had a lot of negative race day conditions so far today. Hopefully Burlikov helps balance that out, gives us maybe our 2nd rider who's had a positive. I mean, my net right now is about a -6 on the day. Anyway, those 2, both of them are okay time trialists. They're both in the low mid 70s. Both of them are okay climbers, low mid 70s. So neither of them are great at either discipline, and yet I've got them combined inside a minute, both in a decent place in the standings. That being said, I think Karaman could do better, though his negative race day condition has not helped him. I have to back off to an 86 for part. He definitely backed off a good kilometer earlier than I would want or hope that he would have to, and now finally able to go back, and push this final kilometer or so. Berlikov's going to be heading out so pretty soon, so that's good timing on that. Okay, Karaman into that tuck to the finish. There you go. 27th, 42 seconds. That's not bad. That's our slight best so far, but that could have been better. If he didn't have the negative, it would have. Berlikov looks like about a 0 or maybe a +1 on the day, so it actually is it's a 0. So we keep that -6 on the net. I mean, it is pouring, but we had no expectation of any minuses, so pretty unlucky on that part. Well, anyway, Berlikov, not very good on the time trial. He's only a 71 base. Today a 73. That's giving him Kukovci, Isakov kind of territory. The mountain rating should help him make up some time. So we'll see how he does on that. Hopefully he can only lose about 40 seconds, maybe 30, in which case he can hopefully hang on to a top 5. So far so good. The first checkpoint was already 32 seconds down though. But there's a lot of climbing through this part.
Time has fallen still further.
Demula just went to the top. Okay, there's our back off. Get us towards the end a little bit. Get a little recovery here. Through the flat section. Keep it there for now. Okay, go 87. 1.5K out. Come on. Keep it within about 40 seconds anyway. Okay, 85. Don't overdo it. It's going to ease off as you get downhill. There you go. Attack it. 51 seconds. A little bit more than I wanted, but that's partially because the Demulon bumped all the times down. It was still our best time based on the climbing. But it is outside of the top 10. Pogacar was up there, so obviously we're not moving ahead of him. We knew that was coming. No sign of the other contenders, though. Demulon might have put us under pressure. I don't know how far down he was in the GC. Podium, maybe? Not quite. 4th place. We do keep a top 5. 2 seconds. 2 seconds behind Hugh Carthy. So close. If only Berlikov could get a little bonus on his time trialing. I think that's what I need to focus his training from here on out. 4th place, not bad. Here's the thing. Here's what I like. I get 4th place with Berlikov. Okay, that's a top 5. That's solid. That's a lot of guys that are going to be at the Giro, at the Tour, that we're going to be going head-to-head with. So we did well. We're well over 2 minutes ahead of Uman. A minute and a half ahead of Kamna. So it's tight among the top 6-ish. But here's the thing to remember and why I'm encouraged by this. For this race, we had a punchy stage that didn't do much to stamp the authority of the climbers. I mean, there were still 40 riders at the end of that stage. We had 2 time trials and 1 climbing stage. Berlikov is somebody who's going to be stronger on the climbs and not great on the time trials. He's going to lose some time, but not huge chunks. He'll be competitive. He'll lose a few minutes through that, but the climbs is his strength. There was only 1 climbing stage here. One alone, and then 2 time trials. You go into those Grand Tours, and there's going to be 1 or 2 time trials, and 6 climbing stages, and punchy stages to go with it. So the odds of him doing even better on a Grand Tour is good. So I'm encouraged by this. This, by the way, though, this is it. We are going to head into the Giro next time. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for that next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.